Good afternoon, my name is Alina Shaltsova. I'm an immigration attorney from New York. In this video, we're going to talk about Build Back Better bill that was just passed today by the House. This bill is important for us, for the immigrant community, because it contains immigration provisions or provisions regarding immigration reform. I'd rather say they contain the first steps towards comprehensive immigration reform. What provisions are those? What legal significance they may have, what practical significance and consequences they will have, and what is the likelihood of the bill to actually become the law? These are the questions we're going to discuss in this video. If this is your first time here watching my channel, please join. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Alina Shaltsova. I provide immigration services to the immigrants in the United States and outside of the United States. We're dealing with all different kinds of immigration questions: asylum, family petitions, EB-1s, consular processing, removal, defense, whatever your needs are. And again, thank you very much for watching. Join my channel. You also can find a lot of free legal information on my website, www.shaltsova.com, and let's start. Build Back Better bill has been discussed for a long time. At the beginning, it contained rather a comprehensive immigration reform that would allow some non-citizens or residents in the United States that do not have immigration status to qualify for green cards and later citizenship. Later it got changed, and now people say it washed down to parole. However, if you ask me, it's better than nothing. So what's in the bill that was passed today by the House? It contains several provisions, not just parole, but let's start with the parole. Parole is sort of a deferred action that would be given to those who submit application, pay appropriate fees, and we do not know what those fees may be, and pass background checks. And these people will have to show that they have been residing in the United States since January 1st, 2011, approximately for 10 years. So not everyone is going to be included in this particular provision. Parole also will not have dependents, meaning that each qualified family member will have to qualify for the parole separately. However, if you do qualify for parole, it will give you a work permit and travel permit, which will be regarded as good for real ID purposes, meaning that it will be used as official form of identification on a federal level. And of course, protection from deportation. It will be given first for 5 years with an ability to be extended for another 5 years. So overall, it's a pretty good solution for some people. Legal authorization to work, you can find perhaps a better job, ability to travel and see your family members perhaps for the first time in decades, not so bad. And of course, protection from removal. So it's going to give you plenty of time to try to figure out what's going to be next. Because unfortunately, parole is not going to lead directly by itself to green card. And this is going to be the next point we're going to discuss. Since parole is going to give you some protection from deportation, now if you will have it, you will not need to worry about immigration coming and getting you if you're going to try to work on your immigration case. I meet countless cases where people are reluctant to submit a petition for their relative who does not have status for fear of that relative being picked up by immigration. Imagine you have a safety net. Now you can file that motion to reopen. You can submit petition for the relative and try to perhaps work on a waiver, an immigrant visa. Maybe an employer will be able to file for you if you also qualify for the waiver. So parole will be used as a safety net while you are working on your case, trying to get that green card or citizenship. But remember, you will still need the basis for the green card. Parole will not be that. It will be just protection from removal. So in some sense, it's not, of course, ideal, but it's something better than nothing. Parole, however, is not the only measure that's been passed by the current act that was just voted for. The bill also contains important provisions about recapturing of unused family and employment and diversity visas. Extremely important. Diversity visas that were not used from 2017, 18, 19, 20 will be recaptured if this bill is passed and becomes the law. It means that more visas are going to be available, and perhaps some people who previously could not come will be able to. Very important. Number 2, it also contains provisions about speeding up your immigration case. This one I really like. Basically, for a fee, you will be able to cut your wait time in the line. As you know, there are some preference categories that require you to wait for decades sometimes until your priority date becomes current. So for a fee of $1,500 for certain family-based categories, or $2,500 or $5,000 for employment-based categories, and $50,000 for investor-based categories, a person will be able to cut the line and get their case, either adjustment of status or immigrant visa, adjudicated faster. Great provision. Not only it's relevant for the budget, it's relevant for thousands or perhaps hundreds of thousands of people who are waiting for their priority date to become current. So what's going to be next? Will this amazing bill, okay, pretty good bill, become the law? We do not know. What's going to happen next is that it has to be approved by the Senate as well. And here aware that Senate parliamentarian may be very relevant if she again is going to say that Plan C or immigration provisions are not suitable for the budget reconciliation provisions. We may run into a problem, and then of course senators will have to make their move and overcome her determination, and perhaps the vice president is going to have to make the final call. So we're going to see where it's all going to end. Overall, those who are advocating for this bill make a very strong case that it is directly related to the budget. It's going to help our economy that requires employees. And of course, those who are against the bill saying that it's just going to encourage more illegal immigration at the border, regardless of the fact that pretty much any immigration matter may be argued to encourage that illegal immigration. That's, by the way, has been non-stop from as long as we have the United States, right? There are always immigrants who are trying to come to the United States, both through points of entry and in between points of entry. However, it does not change the reality that there are millions of people residing in the United States for decades, perhaps 20, 30 years, and they do need a solution. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and I'm going to keep you updated on the most recent immigration news, and I hope to see you soon.